Hello everybody, what is going on? I am Joey. Today you join me here with Derek for another special from the Smoke and Wheel Show. And this week's special is about the all-new Gordon Murray Automotive T.50. Normally we wouldn't do special videos on just one car. However, this car is something really special and it could lead to a whole new trend in the automotive world. And that's why we've done this car, because I think many manufacturers are going to follow in what Gordon Murray's doing here.
This could be the next greatest car of all time.
Now, Gordon Murray has provided us with some amazing B-roll of the T.50, which I've cut with music, and just take a look at this car because you don't see this every day.
He answered every car enthusiast question. Why do cars need to be fast if you can't fully enjoy them? So who is Gordon Murray? He spent over 20 years designing F1 cars.
His most famous F1 cars is the Brabham Alfa Romeo BT46 fan car and the legendary championship-winning McLaren Hondas.
And I'm pretty sure you know he went to design on the McLaren F1, and this is his latest project, the T50. It is his 50th year designing cars, and this is his 50th car. The T50 name signifies that it is his 50th car.
And here's what Gordon Murray has to say about the T50 in his own words.
Everything the McLaren F1 gave you from a driving experience point of view has been taken to a new level. With T50, we have rewritten the supercar rulebook. The normally aspirated V12, the highest revving engine ever made, the fastest response time, the highest power density of any engine ever made. The manual gearbox is the lightest supercar gearbox on the planet, and it will have the best gear change. The car at 980 kilos is about half a ton lighter than the average supercar. And the aerodynamics, we steered clear of having very obvious ducts and aerodynamic forms. And actually the fan has been the element that's allowed us to keep the car pure. The interior of the T50 is absolutely even more focused than the F1. The feel of the switches, the haptics, everything is machined from solid. The whole experience of not just sitting in the center, but the way the layout is all around you and driver focused. We've just taken this to a completely new level for high-speed cars. When we designed the T50, we were absolutely focused on driving perfection. Everything we put into the design was to ensure the greatest driving experience. This is the ultimate analog supercar.
Now, what exactly is the T.50?
It's a spiritual successor to the McLaren F1.
It's a McLaren F1 built using modern technology.
However, it's not a new version of the F1. It's the ultimate combination of all of his previous creations.
Now, if you were to ask which specific creations, there's no exact one. However, you could noticeably see the fan from the Brabham BT46, and then obviously the McLaren F1 with the V12 manual transmission and a 3-seater layout. Moving on to the engine and transmission. So it's powered by a 6.3-liter Cosworth V12 producing 654 horsepower. And the crazy part, it revs to 12,100 RPM.
That's crazy, insane revs.
Most average cars rev to about 6,000, so double an average car. That's nuts. And this is all paired to a 6-speed manual gearbox, so no dual clutch or anything like that. Proper manual to give you the ultimate driving experience.
So, about the bodywork and aerodynamics of this car, it's at 980 kilos, so it's half a ton lighter than most supercars. For Americans, that's about 2,160 pounds.
So it's as light as a Mazda Miata, yet it has more than double the power. I mean, that's pretty amazing when you think about it.
According to Gordon Murray, this car rewrites the supercar rulebook, and in addition to that, we steered clear of having very obvious ducts and aerodynamic forms. The fan allows us to keep this car pure.
Now, what does he mean by obvious ducts? Well, like a rear wing, some sort of big diffuser, just kind of, I guess you say your typical things that would make a car seem faster. And he wanted to be more creative and use technologies that no one's really implemented into road-going vehicles. One thing that's pretty special about this car is the interior and driving experience, and that's where Gordon Murray's put a lot of the effort into. Like the F1, the driver sits in the middle, and you have passengers on each side. So it's a very unique driving experience for sure. There are lots of premium lightweight materials used throughout the car, such as carbon fiber, Alcantara, Kevlar, you name it. They've put everything into this car.
Gordon Murray and his team really focused on those tiny details, all these minute things you see inside of the cabin of the car.
They did not cheap out on anything at all, which you can tell by the car based on its price of over $2 million US. And it gives you an analog feel with having proper buttons, an analog tachometer, yet underneath, the car is very technically sophisticated. However, there's a bigger picture here and a potential new trend. This car wasn't built to be the fastest supercar ever.
It wasn't built to be flashy and loud, and it takes more than money to buy this car.
It's built for the driving experience.
Many manufacturers these days try to build cars that are just too fast. They're so caught up in Nürburgring lap times, they forget about everything else and the main purpose of the car.
Then the car is too fast to enjoy on the road, yet when you take it to a track, it's not set up well enough.
So what's the point of really buying a fast car?
And this is why we've seen people moving on to smaller, slower cars where you can really enjoy them. But wasn't that the point of buying an expensive supercar? The T.50 is different because it focuses on the thing you're doing most, driving on the road.
Gordon Murray really wanted this car to be the best road car. So therefore, all you have to do is enjoy it.
Exactly. And the T.50 has one goal, like Gordon Murray says. Driving perfection. A car that you can actually enjoy, you can actually drive, and you can actually experience and really feel like, I got the most out of this car, and I'm having a good time driving it. And I feel like many manufacturers are going to follow in his footsteps. Trust me, this is not some one-off. This will change the automotive world. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed watching this special from the Spoken Wheel Show. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content to come. As always, I'm Joey.
And I'm Derek, and thank you for watching.
And we'll see you next time.